Hi students, in this video I'll be going through the 2023 O-Level A Math Paper 1 question 2. Alright, so this is a question relating to partial fractions. Okay, so let's read the question. Express 18 plus 11x minus 2x squared over x minus 1 times x plus 2 squared in partial fractions. Okay, so before we do any partial fraction question, the first thing we need to ask ourselves is this a proper or improper fraction? Okay, so how do we decide that? We look at the degree of the polynomial on top. So this one will be degree 2. Okay, so degree means the highest power of the x, okay, of the x terms. Okay, then over here we can see that we have a linear factor here. So this one will be degree 1. Okay, then over here we have a repeated linear factor, that means degree 2. Okay, so total 1 plus 2, the total degree will be 3. Okay, so 1 plus 2 equals to 3. Okay, so since the degree of the denominator is greater than the degree of the numerator, then this one is a proper partial fraction. So we don't need to do a long division first, right? Okay, so we can go ahead and then break this up into its partial fractions. Then we find the constants A, B, and C. All right, so let's begin. So let 18 plus 11x minus 2x squared over x minus 1, x plus 2 squared. Okay, so how are we going to break this up? So over here we have a linear factor, so it's going to be a over x minus 1. Okay, so do you recall how we can deal with repeated linear factors? Okay, so if you have mentioned this, then okay, so for the first one we will do without the square. Okay, then the third one, the C, okay, the third constant will be with the square. Okay, so I hope that you have managed to recall this. All right, okay, so basically there are three different forms now. Okay, linear factor, repeated linear factor, and the third one will be a quadratic factor that cannot be factorized. Okay, so that one will be the case whereby you will do something like bx plus c on top. All right, so you've got to remember all these three cases now, okay, for your exam. Okay, then let's go ahead and try to find A, B, and C. Okay, so the method to find A, B, and C is we want to remove all the denominators from this particular equation. Okay, and the way to do that is we're going to multiply everything, every single term here. So there are 4 terms in this equation, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, we're going to multiply every single term by the denominator of term number 1. Okay, because that is the only way to remove all the denominators at one time. Okay, so if term 1 times this, okay, the denominator will just cancel off. So on the left side of the equation, we are just left with this. Okay, for term number 2, okay, a over x minus 1 times x minus 1 times x plus 2 square. Okay, the x minus 1 will cancel off. Then we are just left with this. Okay, then for term number 3, okay, we'll be left with the x minus 1 and 1 more x plus 2. Okay, then for term number 4, we'll be left with x minus 1. Okay, so over here now at this particular point, you need to think of the best way, the easiest way to find the constants A, B, and C. Okay, so there are 2 ways to find a constant. Either we equate coefficients or we let x be certain values. So in this case, if let's say I want to find A first, then it will be easier to just let x be 1. Because if x is equals to 1, then here you have 1 minus 1, 0. Okay, 0 times the b times the x plus 2, the whole thing will become 0. And then same thing for here, 1 minus 1 equals to 0. Okay, then b and c will be gone, then you can find A. Okay, so let's do that. So let x equals to 1. Okay, so on the left side, we will have 18 plus 11 times 1 minus 2 times 1 square. Then over here, you have a times 1 plus 2 square. Okay, the b and c you don't need to write because they are going to be 0 anyway. Okay, so over here on the left side, 18 plus 11 is 29. 29 minus 2, you get 27. Okay, then over here, 3 square will be 9, so you have 9a. Then A will be 3. Okay, so we have found A already. Okay, so this is A. Okay, let's go ahead and now find, okay, the next one, easiest one to find would be C. Okay, because for C, what we can do is we can let X be -2, okay? Because if we have -2 here plus 2, then this becomes 0. -2 plus 2, this becomes 0. Then A and B will be gone, then we can find C, right? So let's do that. Let X equals to -2. Okay. Then A and B you don't need to write because it's going to be whole thing going to be 0. Then -2 minus 1. Okay, so over here, 18 minus 22, you will get -4. -4 minus another wait for -4 minus another -8. Okay, so -4 minus 8 will get -12 equals to -3c. Okay, so divide the -12 divided by -3, you will get 4. All right. Okay, then finally to find B, okay, actually now you can also let X be certain values, okay, but let's say I want to use another method, which is to equate coefficients. Okay, so which coefficient should I equate to? Okay, so over here you actually have two choices. Okay, actually three choices, but there's one that is particularly easy, okay, which will be to equate the coefficient of X squared. Okay, so on the left side, the coefficient of X squared will be -2. Okay, so equating coefficient of X squared. Okay, so on the left side of the equation, the coefficient of X squared is -2. Okay, so why I want to equate coefficient of X squared? Because it's easy to identify. Okay, because if we were to expand this X plus 2 square, we'll just get X squared plus 4x plus 4. Okay, so it will be A times X squared to give you the X squared term. Then the coefficient of X squared will just be A, okay? Because you have a AX squared, okay? So just the A only. Okay, then for this one, also very easy. If you expand this whole thing, you will get X squared plus X minus 2, right? So if you find the coefficient of X squared, it will just be BX squared, then it will just be B. Okay, then for this one, there's no X squared term, okay? So it doesn't involve the C. Okay, so in other words, A plus B will be -2. Okay, and because we know A is 3 already, right? So you bring the 3 over, so B will be -5. So we have found A, B, and C already. Okay, so we can you just write down our answer here. Okay, so therefore, 18 plus 11x minus 2x squared over x minus 1 x plus 2 squared will be equals to, okay, so A is 3, so 3 over x minus 1, okay, then B is -5, so -5 over x plus 2, okay, then C is 4, so plus 4 over x plus 2 squared. Right, so we have successfully broken down this algebraic fraction into partial fractions. Right, so this is the way to solve it.